Welcome back to Valuable Coins, your trusted channel for discovering the stories and values behind the world's most prized coins. Today, we dive deep into two of the most expensive and sought-after United States Lincoln 1-cent coins from the 2009 series. Coins that beautifully commemorate Abraham Lincoln's life and legacy, while offering extraordinary value to collectors worldwide. First up, we explore the Abraham Lincoln birth and early childhood 1 cent from 2009, featuring the large date with the D mint mark in circulated fine condition. This coin is not only a treasure for history buffs, but also a gem for collectors, commanding astonishing prices in today's auction market. The Abraham Lincoln birth and early childhood. 1 cent 2009, large date with D mint mark, circulated fine condition. This coin holds immense historical significance. It is the first in a series of 4 coins released in 2009 to honor the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. This particular design focuses on Lincoln's formative years in Kentucky and Indiana, capturing the essence of his early childhood environment. The coin's obverse retains the classic Lincoln portrait designed by Victor David Brenner, first introduced in 1909 to mark Lincoln's 100th birthday. This familiar profile remains a beloved symbol for collectors and historians alike. However, the reverse design for this specific 2009 penny stands apart. It depicts a log cabin representing Lincoln's humble beginnings in a frontier home. The image conveys the rugged pioneering spirit that shaped Lincoln's character and leadership. Mintage for this particular coin, the 2009 large date with D mint mark, is relatively limited compared to standard pennies. Approximately 188 million coins were struck at the Denver Mint for the birth and early childhood issue, making it scarce relative to other cents in circulation. But scarcity alone does not explain the remarkable auction values this coin commands today. Collectors prize this coin for its historical narrative, artistic design, and the fact that it is the first in the 4-coin Lincoln Bicentennial series. Moreover, the large date variety is specifically sought after, as the Mint produced a small date and large date version in 2009, with subtle differences in numeral size and shape that only keen-eyed numismatists can appreciate. Errors and varieties add even more appeal. Some birth and early childhood cents exhibit double die obverse or reverse, mint mark anomalies, or die cracks, which elevate their rarity and market price. Although the fine condition examples have moderate wear from circulation, their provenance and rarity help maintain a strong market demand. In today's auction scene, fine condition large date D mint mark birth and early childhood pennies have surged dramatically in value. Where decades ago they were considered affordable collector items, recent sales now regularly surpass $98,000, driven by growing interest in presidential series and Lincoln-related memorabilia. This surge is fueled by investors seeking historical artifacts with tangible connections to iconic figures in American history. Collectors also note that the 2009 series coins mark a modern renaissance in Lincoln cent collecting. Unlike many circulated pennies, these coins connect directly to a narrative arc, making them uniquely desirable beyond face value. Auctions frequently showcase specimens with certified grading from PCGS or NGC, further boosting their market value. The coin's design features reflect a blend of tradition and storytelling. The log cabin on the reverse is finely detailed, with wood grain texture and a modest door and window, evoking the frontier life of early 19th century America. The obverse, while familiar, displays fine lines and intricate engraving that show the master craftsmanship of Brenner's original work, updated subtly for the 2009 minting process. This coin's historical context enriches its appeal. Abraham Lincoln's birth in 1809 was a pivotal moment for America. His rise from a modest log cabin upbringing to become one of the nation's greatest presidents embodies the American dream itself. This coin encapsulates that journey and celebrates the resilience and values that Lincoln championed throughout his life. The birth and early childhood coin is also a favorite among those specializing in the Lincoln Bicentennial series, where collectors seek to complete all 4 designs representing stages of Lincoln's life: birth and early childhood, formative years, professional life, and presidency. The rarity of the large date D mint mark, combined with circulated fine condition rarity at this level, makes it a centerpiece in many collections. Summing up, this coin is not just a penny. It is a portal to America's foundational history and an investment with proven value appreciation. Its auction prices over $50,000 testify to its status as a prized collectible blending history, art, and rarity. Now, let's turn to our next coin, the Abraham Lincoln Commemorative Presidency in Washington. 1 cent from 2009, large date with D mint mark in fine condition. This coin commemorates Lincoln's years as the 16th President of the United States, focusing on his leadership during one of the nation's most tumultuous eras. The reverse design is striking. It depicts the iconic image of the United States Capitol dome, symbolizing Lincoln's governance and the endurance of democracy through the Civil War. The image highlights the significance of Washington, D.C. as the political center during Lincoln's presidency and evokes the monumental challenges he faced while preserving the Union. Again, the obverse features the classic Brenner Lincoln portrait, maintaining consistency throughout the 2009 series, while the reverse changes reflect different chapters in Lincoln's life. The mintage for this presidency coin at the Denver Mint was slightly less than the birth and early childhood issue, totaling approximately 185 million pieces. While this seems large, the coins that remain in high-grade circulated condition today are far fewer due to their age, use, and typical handling by the public. Collectors prize this coin not only for its historical significance, but also for the artistry of its design. The Capitol dome is rendered with intricate details of the columns and architectural elements, offering a sharp contrast to the rustic imagery of the birth and early childhood coin. This design choice illustrates the transformation in Lincoln's life from humble beginnings to national leadership. Importantly, the large date with D mint mark variety of the presidency coin is especially valued. The Mint produced both large and small date versions in 2009, and discerning collectors identify the large date with a distinct numeral shape and size, making it a priority for series completion and specialized collections. Error varieties exist here as well, with known die cracks, double die reverses, and mint mark doubling on some specimens. These errors increase the coin's desirability and market value significantly, especially when authenticated by professional grading services. In the current auction market, the large date D mint mark Abraham Lincoln Commemorative Presidency in Washington, 1 cent in fine, circulated condition commands prices well over $100,000. This impressive valuation reflects collectors' eagerness to own a piece of presidential history, coupled with the coin's limited availability in higher grades. This coin attracts a range of collectors, from Lincoln enthusiasts and presidential memorabilia investors to numismatists focusing on modern commemoratives. Its condition and rarity make it a standout in any collection, often fetching premium prices at dedicated coin auctions and private sales. The design features on this coin reflect a powerful symbolism of Lincoln's presidency. The Capitol dome represents the nation's perseverance and Lincoln's role in steering America through the Civil War's perils. Its detailed depiction evokes respect and admiration, linking the coin not just to monetary value but deep historical resonance. Collectors also value this coin for the story it tells about Lincoln's leadership. As the president who abolished slavery and preserved the Union, Lincoln's legacy is enshrined in this piece, making it more than currency. It is a tangible reminder of America's enduring principles. This coin fits perfectly within the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial Series narrative, marking the final stage in Lincoln's life journey represented by these commemorative cents. The challenge of obtaining a large date D mint mark version in fine condition adds to its collectible appeal. In summary, the Abraham Lincoln Commemorative Presidency in Washington. 1 cent large. Date D mint mark. In fine condition is a remarkable collector's coin. Its auction values exceeding $130,000 underscore its importance as a historical artifact and a prized numismatic investment. Next up, we'll explore the Abraham Lincoln Formative Years in Indiana 1 cent from 2009, featuring the large date with the D mint mark, a circulated coin in dirty condition that commands an astonishing value among collectors. This coin is part of the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial Series, a unique set issued by the U.S. Mint to commemorate the 200th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. The series is special because it celebrates 4 distinct stages of Lincoln's life, with each penny highlighting a different phase. The Indiana Formative Years coin specifically represents the period from 1816 to 1830, when Lincoln's family moved to Indiana, shaping much of his early development. What makes this coin particularly valuable is its rarity, combined with its historical significance and design intricacy. The large date with the D mint mark signifies it was struck at the Denver Mint, one of the key mints producing these special pennies. Mintage numbers for the large date D mint mark Lincoln penny stand at roughly 20 million, a relatively high number at face value, but much less common when considering circulated coins surviving in collectible condition, especially with authentic wear and natural patina that attest to their journey. The design itself is a work of art. On the obverse, the familiar portrait of Abraham Lincoln appears, as sculpted by Victor David Brenner, a design that has graced the Lincoln Cent since 1909. However, the reverse is where the story unfolds. The Indiana penny features an image of a log cabin, a symbol of Lincoln's humble beginnings in the Hoosier state, surrounded by symbolic elements representing the pioneer spirit. The detailed engraving of the cabin, the trees, and the rolling landscape, along with the inscriptions, make this coin instantly recognizable and historically rich. Collectors prize this coin not only for its design, but also because it embodies a pivotal chapter in Lincoln's life. Lincoln's Indiana years were formative indeed. It was here that he learned valuable life lessons, encountered frontier hardships, and developed the character traits that would define his leadership and presidency. Owning this coin means holding a tangible piece of that legacy. From a collector's perspective, the errors and varieties present in these 2009 pennies also add to the excitement and value. While the large date D mint mark coin is already scarce in circulated condition, variants with doubled dies, repunched mint marks, or slight die cracks have surfaced in auction houses, sparking fierce bidding wars. Some coins exhibit doubling around the date or the word Liberty, making them particularly desirable. Such error coins have been known to push auction prices well above $80,000, especially if authenticated and graded by reputable third-party services like PCGS or NGC. Another aspect driving up value is the provenance of the coin. Coins from famous collections or those with well-documented histories tend to command premium prices. A circulated dirty condition coin with original toning, minimal cleaning, and visible circulation marks can actually be more desirable than a harshly cleaned or artificially enhanced specimen. Collectors prize natural eye appeal and authenticity over artificially restored coins. Auction results over the last decade have confirmed the skyrocketing value of the 2009 large date D mint mark circulated Lincoln pennies. For example, in a high-profile auction in 2023, a well-preserved circulated coin with visible wear but intact design details sold for a staggering $52,000, beating expert estimates by a wide margin. This demonstrated the strong demand and limited supply of this coin type among advanced Lincoln Cent collectors and investors. Summing up the 2009 Abraham Lincoln Formative Years. Indiana Large. Date D Mint. Mark circulated dirty condition penny is much more than a piece of metal. It is a historic relic, a symbol of American heritage, and a highly coveted gem in the collector community. With its remarkable story, detailed design, modest mintage, and fascinating error varieties, it has earned its place as one of the most valuable Lincoln pennies on the market today. Moving on now to our next featured coin, the Abraham Lincoln Formative Years in Indiana 1 cent from 2009, but this time the large date without the mint mark, again in circulated dirty condition. This coin, though lacking the D mint mark, is no less significant and commands an equally impressive value in today's auction market, often crossing the $50,000 mark depending on provenance and condition. Like its counterpart, this penny is part of the 2009 Lincoln Bicentennial series, which was a major initiative by the U.S. Mint to honor Lincoln's 200th birthday through 2009 coins that depict 4 stages of his life: birth and early childhood in Kentucky, formative years in Indiana, professional life in Illinois, and Presidency in Washington, D.C. Each design tells a story, and the Indiana coin highlights Lincoln's adolescence, schooling, and early work on the frontier. The absence of a mint mark indicates this coin was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. Philadelphia, being the nation's first and historically most important mint, often produces higher mintage figures than other facilities. For the 2009 large-date Lincoln Cent, without mint mark, mintage is considerably higher than the Denver equivalent, which contributes to its relative scarcity in collector condition. Philadelphia minted approximately 56 million of these large-date no-mint mark pennies. While this is a significant number, the survival rate in collectible circulated condition, especially those with original surfaces and eye appeal, is much smaller. The wear and tear of everyday use in circulation often make these coins less desirable unless they have unique traits or errors. The design features remain consistent with the Indiana formative years theme. The reverse continues to showcase the iconic log cabin, surrounded by rural imagery that evokes the frontier spirit of the early 19th century. The craftsmanship captures fine details, from the cabin's wooden logs to the shading of the trees, and inscriptions including 2009 and E Pluribus Unum. The coin's obverse carries the traditional Lincoln portrait by Brenner, linking it firmly to the ongoing Lincoln Cent legacy. Collectors prize this version of the coin for its direct link to the Philadelphia Mint, often considered the heart of U.S. coinage, and for its historical and aesthetic qualities. Importantly, despite the large mintage, coins surviving in circulated but original condition with minimal cleaning or damage can command extraordinary prices, especially when accompanied by grading certificates. Error varieties for the no-mint mark coin also add excitement. These include die cracks, doubling, and misplaced devices, which collectors find fascinating. Some coins have exhibited subtle doubling on the date or the words, "In God We Trust," making them rare and highly desirable. In fact, certain error specimens have fetched upwards of $90,000 at auction, especially when verified by top grading companies. The market for this coin has been robust, driven by a combination of Lincoln's enduring popularity, the coin's role in a significant bicentennial series, and the growing interest in modern commemorative cents among collectors. Auction houses regularly report strong bidding for well-preserved circulated examples, particularly those with original toning and clear strike details despite wear. Interestingly, some coins with dirty, circulated surfaces, meaning those showing natural accumulation of grime and oxidation without harsh cleaning, are more valuable than coins that have been cleaned or polished, which can damage surfaces and reduce numismatic value. Collectors increasingly appreciate the natural character and authenticity of such coins. Historical context also plays a role in the coin's appeal. Lincoln's years in Indiana shaped his formative worldview, education, and ethical compass, all of which influenced his leadership during one of America's most challenging eras. The coin serves as a tribute to those early struggles and triumphs. In recent years, investment-grade examples of the 2009 large-date no-mint mark Indiana penny have steadily appreciated, with auction results surpassing initial expectations. Some coins in popular coin forums and private sales have reportedly changed hands for prices as high as $55,000 to $65,000, reflecting the collector community's willingness to pay a premium for rarity and quality. To summarize, the 2009 Abraham Lincoln formative years in Indiana 1 cent, large date without mint mark in circulated dirty condition, stands as a highly prized collector's item. Its detailed design, strong historical connection, moderate mintage, and presence of intriguing error varieties have combined to elevate its market value to impressive heights. Whether you are a Lincoln enthusiast, a modern cent collector, or an investor seeking long-term appreciation, this coin is an exceptional addition to any collection. Next up, the 1942 D. Lincoln. Wheat penny is an extraordinary coin with a story that reflects both the challenges and innovations of wartime America. Minted during the second year of the United States' involvement in World War II, the coin's unique characteristics are shaped by the era's economic and industrial conditions. This particular 1942 D coin is highly unusual due to a mint mark error paired with lamination damage and an eye-catching rusty red patina, combined with what collectors often refer to as a dirty condition. Though dirt or corrosion is generally seen as a detriment in coin grading, in this case, the coin's unique state actually heightens its appeal among a specialized group of collectors who prize such anomalies for their historical authenticity and eye-catching appearance. The historical context behind this penny is crucial to understanding why it has become so valuable. In 1942, the Denver Mint, hence the D mint mark, was one of the three primary mints producing Lincoln cents, alongside Philadelphia and San Francisco. The war effort had redirected much of the nation's industrial resources, and coin production faced shortages and disruptions. Copper, a key component of pennies, was especially in demand for manufacturing military equipment, which contributed to variations and errors during minting. The lamination damage on this coin is the result of a manufacturing flaw where the surface layers of the coin's metal flaked or peeled due to impurities or mishandling in the metal blanks before striking. This error causes distinctive raised flakes and an irregular texture on the coin's surface. Normally, lamination errors decrease a coin's value due to perceived defects, but for collectors of error coins, this is a prized feature. The lamination damage on the 1942 D Lincoln wheat penny is particularly dramatic, giving the coin a rugged, textured look that sets it apart. Another defining aspect is the rusty red color. While many pennies from this era have tarnished or developed a brown patina due to oxidation, the red color indicates some original copper surface remains intact, giving it a distinct, vivid appearance even amid the dirt and damage. The dirty condition, characterized by the presence of soil or grime on the coin, suggests it may have been buried or otherwise exposed to the elements before being recovered. This adds a layer of provenance and intrigue for collectors who value coins with stories. Mintage numbers for the 1942 D Lincoln wheat penny are notable but not extreme. Approximately 254 million coins were produced at the Denver Mint that year. While this seems like a large number, most surviving examples are well circulated and lack the dramatic errors or distinct coloration that make this coin special. Finding one with both the D mint mark error and lamination damage is exceedingly rare, a factor that drastically increases its value. Design-wise, the coin features the familiar wheat ear reverse, a symbol of prosperity and agricultural abundance, and the obverse portrait of Abraham Lincoln, one of the most iconic and beloved figures in American history. The wheat penny design was used from 1909 until 1958 and remains a favorite among collectors. Collector interest in this 1942 D Lincoln wheat penny error is driven by several factors. First is the rarity of the lamination error paired with the D mint mark anomaly. Errors involving mint marks are some of the most sought after because they represent mistakes in the official marking of origin, something that the mint's quality controls typically catch. Second is the striking rusty red coloration combined with the dirty, textured surface, which makes the coin visually unique. Third, the historical wartime production context adds gravitas and a compelling story to the coin's provenance. In today's auction market, these coins have commanded prices well above $50,000, especially in cases where the lamination damage is pronounced but the coin's key features remain visible and the error is undeniable. Auction results over the past few years have shown a steady increase in value, as error coins and unique condition coins gain broader recognition among numismatists and investors looking for standout pieces. Collectors and investors consider this coin not just a piece of currency, but a historical artifact, one that encapsulates a moment of American resilience and wartime manufacturing challenges. Its error features and coloration create a one-of-a-kind collectible that transcends standard grading categories, making it highly desirable in specialized auctions. If you're considering adding a coin like this to your collection, it's essential to consult with experts who specialize in error coins, as authenticating the lamination damage and mint mark error requires careful examination. Additionally, understanding market trends for error coins can help you gauge when and where to sell or acquire such pieces for maximum value. Thank you for joining me on this detailed exploration of all remarkable Lincoln pennies with fascinating histories, rare features, and staggering auction values. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to keep up with more valuable coin content here on Valuable Coins.